Dear friends, welcome back to my channel Easy Quality Learning with another video. In this particular video, we will discuss about validation of steam sterilization, that is autoclave validations. In this, we will see how the performance qualification of a steam sterilizer or autoclave is done and what are the required parameters which need to be done in this particular process. These are the common pictures of steam sterilizer which are available in industry. Generally lab autoclaves are there, then your industrial steam sterilizers are there. So these are the representative picture of steam sterilizer. In this particular video, we will go through definition of sterilization, regulatory guidance, types of sterilization, prerequisites for approval of steam sterilizer, then parameters to be done and validation, and documentation of validation, that what are the documentation which need to be done during validation or performance qualification of steam sterilizer. This is the particular definition of PDA, Parental Drug Association, that process used to render a product free of viable microorganisms with specified probability is called as steam sterilization. So what is the definition of sterilization? That we need to ensure with some fixed probability that microorganisms are not available on the articles or anything which we are going to sterilize. Then this steam sterilizer or autoclaves are used in pharmaceutical and parenteral productions, in microbiology laboratories, in dairy industries, in food processing industries, in hospitals and health establishments also. So if we will see, the autoclaves or steam sterilizers are used very widely at different levels and for different utilizations. These are the regulatory guidance which are available, and few topics are taken over here for your reference. So validation of steam sterilization cycle, technical monograph of ISPE is available. Then process validation, moist heat sterilization of pharmaceuticals. This is the guidance from HPFBI Canada. HTM 2010, that is HMSO, Health Technical Memorandum. This is also for sterilization. Then manufacture of sterile medicinal products, that is from your EDQM and MHRA. Annex 1 is there. Practical guide to autoclave validation. This is one article which is published, and lot of things are given regarding autoclave validation or steam sterilization process validation in this article. These are the types of sterilization. Steam sterilization, of which we are talking about. Then again dry heat sterilization is there, in which at very high temperature the sterilization is done, and this is dry heating is there. By filtration is there, which is used as a sterilization process. So in our injectable preparations also we must have seen that the solutions are filtered through 0.22 micron filters. That is nothing but sterilization by filtration. Then ETO sterilization is there. This is used widely for uses sterilization of articles. Radiation sterilization is there, which is also used in industry very widely. Then what are the prerequisites for steam sterilization? So if you want to do steam sterilization, then these are the prerequisites which need to be fulfilled earlier to execution of a performance qualification. IQ and OQ of steam sterilizer shall be completed and signed off. All the technical staff and operators shall be trained for validation procedures. So all the technical operators as well as staff members, they should be trained that how the activities need to be executed and what are the precautions we need to take during performance qualification of autoclave. All the measuring devices and sensors used for validation shall be calibrated. So whatever RTD probes are there, stopwatches are there, dual timers are there in sterilizers. So all these things should be calibrated and qualified. all the biological indicators shall be qualified for spore populations. So before at the steam sterilization we are using biological indicators also. So whatever biological indicators are used, they should have a proper population qualification, that what are the number of spores available, that should be determined, and it should be within acceptance criteria. Steam shall be qualified. The quality of steam which is used for steam sterilization shall be pre-qualified for its predetermined specifications. Draft SOP for sterilization shall be ready. The draft SOP for operation of steam sterilizer shall be with us, that what is the tentative procedure which need to be qualified in performance qualification. Then D value and F0 value. So when we are talking of sterilization process, then these are the two important terms which come across. D value. What is D value? D value means time which is required to kill the 90% of the existing microorganisms. This is also called as one log reduction. If we are having a 1000 microorganism with us, and if you want to measure the D value, then whatever time which is required to reduce it from 1000 to 100, that is one log reduction. So that is called as D value. Then comes F0 value. Time in minute for the specified temperature that gives the same lethality as at 121 degrees centigrade in 1 minute. So that is called as F0 value. Next comes, first, whenever we are going for your steam sterilization qualification, then first we need to develop the autoclave, or we need to decide by which approach we are going to do the validation of sterilization process. So two approaches are there. One is bioburden approach and second one is overkill approach. Generally people are using very widely overkill approach, but we will also understand what is bioburden approach. In bioburden approach, what is done? First, we need to check the bioburden of the articles or of the solution or whatever thing we are going to sterilize. What can be the maximum bioload of that particular articles, and that bioload, how many D values will be required to reduce it up to 10 to the power minus 6. So it will be 0.000001 CFU. The probability of reduction of microorganism from existing to 0.00001 CFU, it need to be achieved in our sterilization cycle. So that type of sterilization cycle we need to design. Let us take one example to understand all these things. Let us suppose that 134 CFU is the initial load. Then we need to calculate the log of this particular part. So log of 134 will be 2.13. Additional 6 log reduction is required. Why 6 log reduction is required? Because we need to reduce the probability of survival up to 0.00001 CFU per article. So additional 6 log reduction will be there. So 2.13 log reduction you can see from the available bioload, and additional 6 log reduction. So your total log reduction will be required as 8.13 log reduction. And if you will consider that most resistant spores for the steam sterilizer, that is Geobacillus stereothermophilus, which is having the highest D value, it is having around 2 minutes, but you consider it as a worst case 2.5 minutes. So 2.5 into 8.13, your 20.32 will be the duration required to achieve the sterilization. So this was the bioburden approach, which second approach for development of sterilization cycle is overkill approach. It is assumed that the material to be sterilized is having a bioload of 1 million CFU. So if 1 million CFU is the existing bioload, then the log of 1 million will be 6 log, and additional 6 log is required to get the achieve your 12 log reductions. So the complete 12 log reduction will be required, and to achieve 12 log reduction, 12 into 2.5, that 30-minute cycles will be there. So if in overkill approach is utilized, then 30-minute cycles need to be done. If your bioburden approach is required, then it is depending upon the initial bioload of the article, that what is the initial bioload, as per that the cycles are designed. Now parameters to be done in validation, that is vacuum test, air removal test, heat distribution study, heat penetration study. First is vacuum test. In vacuum test, we need to achieve the vacuum of minus 0.8 bar in the vacuum chamber. It is hold for 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes we need to observe the pressure drop. The pressure drop shall not be more than 1.3 millibar per minute. So in 10 minutes it should not be more than 13 millibar. Next one is Bovidic test or air removal cycle. So in Bovidic test, what we are doing, it is just done to ensure that our steam sterilization is not having any air pockets, because air pockets gives the insulation effect on the steam sterilization cycle. So to ensure that there is no air pocket, we need to use this Bovidic test kit, and Bovidic test kit is kept on near your drain trap, and the cycle is executed as per the recommendation of manufacturer. And after doing the cycles, you can see on right hand side that first one is unprocessed sheet, where some yellow circles are given. So this is unprocessed. After processing, it should be turned to black. If some air pockets are there, then it will be partially turned to black, and some yellow spots will be there. Now next comes heat distribution cycles or empty chamber cycle, empty chamber study. So in this, 3 cycles shall be run, minimum 12 probes shall be used, 1 sensor shall be placed near drain trap, and slow to heat point shall be determined. If the volume of steam sterilizer is more than 1000 liter, then more than 12 probes can be used, and this 12 probes shall be placed such that the complete chamber shall be covered, and 1 probe should be placed near your drain trap. The temperature logging shall be done on 30 seconds basis. So the reading shall be recorded in each 30 seconds, and 3-dimensional diagram which is indicating the probes and location of probes shall be prepared as a part of documentation, and this diagram shall be also used as your validation study document, and along with that we can take the pictures also of the probe's location. Then second comes heat penetration cycles. In heat penetration cycles, first we need to decide what are our types of loads. We can have porous load, like your garments are there. So if garments has to be sterilized, that is porous load. If your tanks are going to be sterilized, or if your terminal sterilization vials are going to be sterilized, that is solid load. So there we can use vacuum also. So first we need to decide the load, and first we need to decide the maximum load, that what maximum load can be placed inside your steam sterilizer. So 2 things shall be decided before starting this study, that what should be the maximum load and how it will be loaded, what should be the loading pattern. So both the things are very important in heat penetration studies. After doing the loading of steam sterilizer, then probes shall be placed near the in the load, and 1 probe shall be placed at the point which is identified as slow to heat or cold point in our empty chamber study, and second probe is compulsory to be added or to be placed near your drain trap. Then after doing all these things, biological indicators which are having a minimum population of 1 million spores shall be loaded along with the temperature probes. Then 3 cycle of each type of load shall be run, and the temperature profiling shall be recorded, and afterwards F0 value is calculated from this temperature profiling. After doing full load study, the half load study of same type of cycle should be done. In this also we need to decide what is half load, and as per half load we need to define the loading pattern, and in same way we need to place the number of probes, how we have done in our loaded chamber cycles, and biological indicators also. So for each type of load we need to do a full load study 3 cycles and half load study 3 cycles. This is the one loading pattern. It is shown how the 3-dimensional diagrams can be made, or we can take pictures also after doing the loading pattern, or after loading the articles. We can take and placing biological indicators as well as probes. We can take pictures also as a part of documentation. Now acceptance criteria for the heat penetration cycles and those. So probes accuracy shall be plus minus 0.5 degree centigrade. The set temperature shall be 121.1 degree centigrade. In the dwell time, all the temperature should be in a band of 3 degree centigrade, that is -1 to +2 degree centigrade of the set temperature. All the BI should not show any growth after the incubation, and F0 value limits depends on their time of the cycle design. So whatever as per cycle design, whatever F0 value is required to be achieved, it should be above the limit. So if a 20-minute cycle is there, then your F0 value should be more than 20. If a 30-minute cycle is there, then it should be more than 30. Now determination of your F0 calculation. How F0 calculation is done? So it is done by two approaches. First one is by biological indicators, and second one is by physical, that is temperature profiling. So first we will discuss about biological indicators. So formula for biological indicators is shown over here. F0 is equal to D121 in bracket log N0 minus log N. Log N0 is the initial values of reference spores which is used. D121 is your D value of spores which comes along with the certification of your spores which has been used for qualification, and N is the final number of viable microorganisms. Since we do not want any growth in this microorganism, so this will be 0. No growth means 0, but 0 cannot be used for calculation. So we will be taking as a 1 as a number for calculation, although this is only for calculation. So whatever initial number is there, that is log N0, and log N will be 1, and based on that we can calculate the F0 value. Now second way of calculating the F0 value is your F0 value calculation with temperature profiling. So in temperature profiling, what we are doing, the equation is F0 delta T summation of 10 to the power T minus 121 divided by Z. T is the current temperature in degree centigrade at time T, and Z is the considered as 10. Now after doing validation activities, we need to come on documentation part. So in after qualification of steam sterilizer, now comes to documentation. So in documentation, what we need to do, we need to prepare the protocol for the validation of steam sterilizer, that what are the things which need to be done in steam sterilizer protocol. What are the things which need to be specified as a must are your half load pattern should be specified, that what will be the half load pattern, what will be the operation time, what will be the set temperatures, what will be the loading patterns, so that need to be specified. Similarly, full load should be specified, the loading pattern of the articles in full load should be specified. So they should be the part of your validation protocol. So validation protocol shall be prepared before your execution of qualification activity. Then calibration report of the sensor shall be included in this particular report. All the printouts of the cycles run shall be enclosed along with the report. COA and qualification report of the biological indicator shall be enclosed along with the validation report. The pictures of loading pattern, half load, full load shall be enclosed along with your diagrams which is generated during your qualification activities. Bovidic sheets or chemical indicators which are used, that need to be included along with your validation load. Then what are the precautions which need to be followed during routine autoclave of use, that are specified over here. Maximum load in the autoclave cycle shall not exceed the full load cycle. All the articles in the autoclave shall be loaded as per the validated loading patterns. Diagram of the loading pattern generated during the validation shall be displayed near autoclave for ease of operation of your operator or the microbiologist who is doing sterilization. The autoclave shall run for the time as validated in the validation cycle. So if in validation cycle, if it is a 20-minute run, then 20-minute run shall be executed during routine also. If it is a 30-minute, then it should be run as per 30 minutes. The chemical indicator shall be used in each autoclave cycle. So in your routine autoclave cycle, your chemical indicator like steam clocks or signal lock indicators are available that need to be used to evaluate the individual cycles. That sums up the validation of steam sterilization or autoclave validation. Comment on the content for further improvements. If you feel that something is lagging, then please let me know so that it can be further upgraded. And if the contents are useful, so please share and subscribe for regular updates of my channel Easy Quality Learning. Thank you very much. I will be back with another video very soon.